All right, we are recording. And the story is that for the last year or so, I have been working on two different features. One of them is a new type of sub-attack called a ground wave, and another one is actually getting things to the point where when a character is flying, their wings are actually covered by one of the raincoats. Basically anything that's described as a slicker, like this dark green slicker here, this will have this effect. So if you have directional buff animations, that means you have left walk, right walk, left air, right air, left stand, right stand, and of course any special animations. But you can also create wing overlays, and unfortunately there were a lot of them. There are 16 different animations that you need to have in place, or I should say up to 16, if you just have the standard animations of standing, walking, airborne, and flying. If you have, if you've got special animations, then add 4 for every special animation you've got. So I needed to create a whole new UI for that. I have them created. I created 2 different tabs. There's back wing animations and front wing animations. Then in each of those there's left and right. And the way I drew this, first you draw the character and then you draw the wing animation on top of that. And it just shows the characters that have wings. So if I preview this, this is the front wing standing and facing left. As you can see, it's just Rainbow Dash green slicker with a wing on there, and this is Fluttershy, same way. Let's try something with a little bit more action to it. Rear Stomp cast. This preview just shows the way the animation looks without the base slicker. It just shows the wing cover. But if you click preview, then it shows you what it looks like wearing the actual object. Again, I ran the clothes through the buff system. You equip a piece of clothing and you get the buff associated with that clothing. And basically that's the way I implemented wearable clothes in Weather Factory Meltdown's engine. And let me show you. It also shows the character flying. And if you look really closely, you'll see that the back wings are also covered with this. That was intentional. If I go to back animations, go to flying, you'll see that here's Rainbow Dash and she's flying and stuff, but the back wing is darker. That's because it has... first of all, it's got a negative draw depth here. The draw depth is negative, which means draw it further back. If I made it positive, then you'd see it drawn over top. No? Well, that is bizarre. But again, you preview it and you see the whole thing. The front flying animation, the back flying animation, and the slicker itself. Yeah, the whole point of this is the lore says that regular Pegasus ponies can't just fly up and break up the storm because it's raining too hard. So unless somebody has some type of rainwear that protects their wings or grease that can keep their wings dry or something along those lines, they shouldn't be able to fly. So in order to keep up with that lore, I added these wing overlays. It's just this wing overlays button in the buff wizard. Hopefully it does nothing if directional buff animations is unchecked. And yeah, there's for a lot of these, because this is animations for the back wings, which aren't showing at all for more animations than not. Basically, the only animation that they're actually showing for is flying. I cheaped out and didn't show the wings at all if you're doing the rear stomp cast animation. That's the attacking animation. But yeah, that's what's going on here. Basically, that's the way that wing overlays work, and you would not believe how much time and effort it took to get all of this hooked up. I sure didn't. And again, this is a standard custom animation panel. I mean, obviously, this frame is different because it shows things that a regular custom animation panel wouldn't show. It's layering multiple different animations. The character themselves, their wing animation, which is animated separately, and it's showing both the front and the back. That's different. But the rest of this, there are no parody images here, so but you could put them in if you wanted. Anyways, that's the way that you get animations onto characters, but there's a little bit more to describe. Let's go over here to... Let me show you some item properties that I added. I added a couple here. Keeps wings dry and unencumbered, and encumbers wings. Basically, I added these to show whether a particular item is supposed to allow a pony to fly while it's raining, or whether an item should completely cover up their wings. For example, let's see, Rarity's cape. Rarity's big old rain cape that she wore in, let's see, I think it was Return of Harmony Part 1. This one is huge. It should cover her up completely and cover the wings entirely so that the wings aren't showing at all. And I actually created a way of doing that. If we go into playable characters, if I go to Twilight Sparkle here, obviously she's an alicorn, so she has wings. There's this button here, hide wings when. Won't draw wings if one of these is equipped, encumbers wings. If there is an item with encumbers wings as one of its item properties, then the game will not draw Twilight's wings at all. It won't try to draw wings for Twilight or for any buffs that she's got on her. It just won't do that. And I still haven't implemented jump height. One of these days. And of course, flight requirements here. The ability to fly is locked. At least one of these must be met. Let's see, all the following must be met. Cannot be raining. If it's not raining, then Twilight can fly. If it is raining and she's wearing an item with the keeps wings dry and unencumbered property, then she'll be able to fly as well. You add a key, let's see. How do I explain this? There's more than one key that can unlock the ability to fly, but each key can have multiple requirements. If I wanted to, I could say here that it cannot be raining and she must be wearing a hat. Like if I say, if I click on add requirement here and then say player character must have item with property equipped, and then say headgear for mares, then she'd have to be wearing a hat and it can't be raining at the same time, and then she'd be able to fly. You unequip the hat, her ability to fly is gone. Now, I don't want that seriously, so I'm just going to go remove requirement. Item property must be equipped, and then it goes back to normal. And I think I better show you what item properties are like here. I have one room here. It's called the dummy items room. You can't actually get into this room. It just contains one of every item that we've got here. Well, almost every item that we've got. Let's see. These slicker items, these plain old raincoats that sort of stop here, they're not short like these jackets. They're not long like this. These have the item property keeps wings dry and unencumbered, keeps flank dry, keeps body dry, jacket for mares, blue slicker, And this is what the item looks like. You can barely see that it's got a zipper here, but it does. So that's how item properties work. And I discovered that if a character who can't fly equips one of these slickers, then you see their wing, the wings of that slicker right there. And I didn't want that. I didn't want those wings to just go whoosh forward the way the rear stomp cast animation works. Let me show you the rear stomp cast. I actually added a custom attack for Rainbow Dash here. Let me show you how it looks. It uses the rear stomp cast. So if I preview the whole attack, oh good grief, it doesn't show her wings when she does this. Well, the idea is that the wings sort of go whoosh forward. And if Pinkie Pie, for example, were wearing one of these slickers, which she does. By default, Pinkie Pie is wearing a pink slicker. Let me show you. Yeah, this is what she wears by default. If I didn't set her up so that she never shows her wings, or I should say she never shows wings, period, then when she does the rear stomp cast animation, which I expect her to, some point I'm going to give her her party cannon and let her shoot off fireworks with it. If she did the rear stomp cast animation, then the wings that are on the buff that she has, that is to say the graphics for her slicker, they would show wings flapping forwards, and we don't want that. So what I did was, if she's wearing either keeps wings dry and unencumbered or encumbers wings, then it will not draw her. Then it will not draw any wings on her. And these are the only two items. Let's see. This is the only item that would actually have any wings on it. This would block wings, so I decided let's go with both of these just to make good and sure. And I did this for Applejack and Rarity as well. So, but again, for a character that can actually fly like Fluttershy here, you only want to hide wings if she's wearing an item that encumbers her wings, like Rarity's cloak or something. By default, at this point, Rarity, Rainbow Dash, and Twilight are all wearing wing protecting slickers, so they can fly even during the torrential rainfall that is happening inside the weather factory. So that's what I wanted to show you guys. And yeah, because there were just so many different animations that I had to put together for this, it really did take approximately a year. Well, there's that, and I'm sort of balancing my time between this World of Warcraft videos and another development project or two. So that's the story. Hopefully this will explain how to use wing overlays if you need to.